All right. Well, did you know that there are 4 types of artificial intelligence?
Human is one.
Or you and me might count as 2 more, so I'm not sure. So there might be like 6. All right. Or, I don't know, between the 2 of us, maybe 1.
One and a half.
Half a brain each. All right. In his article, Understanding the 4 Types of AI, or Artificial Intelligence, Aaron Heinze says that a recent White House report preparing for the future of artificial intelligence misses the boat when it says that the next 20 years likely won't see machines, quote, exhibit broadly applicable intelligence comparable to or exceeding that of humans. The problem, says Heinze, is that the National Science and Technology Council, which prepared the report, only considered the boring kind of AI. The report focuses on what might be called mainstream AI tools, machine learning and deep learning. Think IBM's Deep Blue. I'm not sure if you remember Deep Blue, but Deep Blue has gone up against chess master Kasparov. I think Deep Blue was also used on the Jeopardy
show, right?
The Jeopardy show and so forth. This is basically the first type of AI, is the ability to look deep into the future. Look at all the possible moves on a chessboard, for example, and pick the best one based on what it sees now. So it, basically in a nutshell, just use the chess as an example, it sees the position of all the chessmen. And then it says, okay, what are all the possible moves, millions of them, that could take place going forward? Which one is the best one?
Right now. To make right now.
And then the next move, it does the same thing all over again. So it's never looking back, it's always looking forward.
What's interesting about that is that the chess master was able to compete. So the human brain really does the same thing. It actually, maybe because of creativity, does it better.
Well, and we'll get to why it does it better. Yeah. So then this is the first step. To be truly on the path to AI, computers need to be able to look back and remember what has come before that moment. Now let me pause right here. Look back not on your own perspective, but look back on what the other person, keep that in mind, and what the other person has done in the past. This historical stuff is really important for moving forward, and that's something that AI needs. So the second type of AI, Heinze calls or involves limited memory. And we kind of have that right now. Autonomous cars, for instance. These keep track of where cars are around them and how fast they are moving, which involves observation over time, which is historical, right? So history, they keep historical track of signs and road curves and so forth, and where cars are. That allows them to make some decisions in the future, but they don't look back very far. It's kind of a limited memory. It looks back far enough to determine what it needs to know for now, which is good, but not good enough. And this is where we jump way forward to the third type of AI, which involves the theory of mind. Machines in this class not only form representations about the world, but also about other agents or entities in the world, says Heinze. The understanding that people and creatures and objects in the world can have thoughts and emotions that affect their own behavior. In other words, it's not all about me. There's other entities involved. And he's got this great quote. Heinze says, without understanding each other's motives and intentions, and without taking into account what somebody else knows about either me or the environment, working together is at best difficult and at worst impossible.
You know what's interesting about that, the analogy that comes to mind, it's almost like a toddler that doesn't understand that others have motivations as well. So as a toddler begins to get into the 3, the 4, the 5 age range, begins to understand that other agencies have motivations, the maturity of the mind becomes...
It's strange that you do it. This is something we've talked about. I'm not sure we'll get into it today, but the toddler reference is really a good example. These new types of AI systems will have to adjust their behavior based on understanding other people's feelings and expectations. And finally, the fourth type of AI is self-awareness. Not only is it not all about me, but there is a me. This is a subtle but important difference from the type 3 we just mentioned, being aware of others. And he gives an example. We assume someone honking behind us in traffic is angry or impatient because that's how we feel when we honk at others. Without a theory of the mind, we could not make those sorts of inferences. So Heinze says that in order to move forward with AI, we should focus our efforts toward understanding memory, learning, and the ability to base decisions on past experiences. This is an important step to understand human intelligence on its own, and it's critical if we want to design or involve machines that are more than exceptional at classifying what they see in front of them in the here and now.
If we want to.
Yeah, if we want to. Well, yeah, there is that.
The example of the honking horns is a good one because, for instance, cultural references come into this too.
Sure.
In Asia, for instance, it's not because people are angry or impatient. They're simply using it as a locator. They're saying,
right.
Here, you're there.
Right.
And I see you. So it's not at all about anger or any kind of impatience. And
right.
So the cultural overlays of this too come into play, and actually the human mind isn't that good at sifting through those in the moment because of emotion.
But AI might be.
Might be better.
Might be better because it recognizes, the idea, I think his point here is it recognizes that there are motivations
right.
on the part of other, and how do I deal with them? And it might be because it doesn't have emotions itself, it might be able to sift through those cultural differences knowing its context. Okay, I'm here in the United States, therefore a honking horn means this. Now I'm transplanted to China in my car, I'm running a car. Now I understand, because I understand the cultural difference, I understand a honking horn means different. Something that you and I couldn't do.
Right.
We would be transplanted to China and we're going, what are all these people honking at me for, right? Because we're emotionally involved, whereas AI wouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
It's a fascinating technology because it touches on so much of what we do and who we are in the world, and there's a sense that it's inevitable. I don't know that it is. I certainly do think that there's a soul that isn't ever replicatable, but who knows? I mean, it's an amazing thing.
It is.
All right, thanks, Derek. All right.